Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Hey, today I wanted to talk about where does the Tundra rank in best trucks for 2020 and why. We're in 2020 now, the rankings are out, so it's time to figure out where the Toyota Tundra falls. And this is according to US News. Now, what were these trucks ranked on? And these are the top 6, right? They were ranked on an overall average, and that average is based on a critics rating, performance, interior safety, and reliability. Now, according to this survey or this report, the Toyota Tundra comes in at number 6. Number 6 is dead last, right? So why? First off, here are the top 5, and they're in order from 1 to 5 in this case, again with the Tundra being number 6. We have the Ram 1500, the Ford F-150, the Chevy Silverado 1500, the GMC Sierra 1500, and the 2019 Titan. I guess that's because there was no 2020 to look at, but it's very strange that even the 2019, a model year old, Nissan Titan is coming in above the Tundra. And of course, the Tundra at number 6. So why is the Tundra number 6? The Tundra is rated with excellent reliability and some updated tech. And that's what's mentioned in the report, but that's not enough. Here are the reasons. Number 1, horrible fuel economy. Well, that's a big surprise, right? Everybody talks about fuel economy, but nobody wants to talk about fuel economy. But it made the cut, so it must be important. Now, the 2020 Toyota Tundra gets 13 miles per gallon in the city and 18 miles per gallon on the highway. The number 1 truck, and we're going to kind of compare the Tundra, number 6, to number 1, which is the Ram 1500. The Ram gets 20 in the city and 25 on the freeway. I guess you can't argue that, right? Number 2, lower towing and hauling capability. Towing for the Tundra is 10,200 pounds. Hauling is 1,730 pounds. The Ram 1500, it's our benchmark. I can't believe I'm even saying that. But anyway, towing for the Ram 1500 is 12,750 pounds, obviously beating out the Tundra. And hauling is at 2,300 pounds, again, beating out the Tundra. Couple of more points to mention, I guess, that figured into the ratings here. They say that the Tundra has a stiff ride quality. Now, last I heard, the Ram did have airbag suspension, I believe on all 4 corners. I believe it still does. I'm not positive of that. I had a Ram Rebel that did have air suspension on all 4 corners. I got to say, I don't notice a big difference. When I went from the Ram to the Tundra, I didn't really notice a big difference. So either the critic in this case is very sensitive to such things. I don't know. Maybe he sits on one of those round blow up. Never mind. But maybe he's very sensitive. But I didn't really notice a big difference. So I would argue that. Secondly, outdated interior. I don't know. You know, and I've thought about this a lot because everybody dogs the interior of the Tundra, right? It needs to be updated. It's outdated. I don't know that it's so much outdated as it just isn't flashy, right? It's just not as eye-catching as, say, the Ram is. And I will say, one thing that the Ram does have is that great big 12-inch, I think it's 12-inch touchscreen. That is awesome. Now, that alone might sway the critic's opinion. I mean, when you jump in there and if it had the same exact interior as the Tundra did, but you had this bright, beaming, shiny 12-inch touchscreen, that might sway you a little bit. So I guess I could see it if that's what you're looking at. But otherwise, I wouldn't say the Tundra's outdated so much as it's just not as flashy and shiny as, say, the Ram is. So let's talk about something that I think is very important here, and that's reliability. You know, it's mentioned in this article that the Tundra is rated high in reliability. As a matter of fact, the Tundra scores a 4.5 out of 5 according to J.D. Power, as compared to the number one Ram, the Ram 1500, which scores a 4 out of 5. Now, we're not talking about a huge difference there, you know, half a point, but it is lower. Now, for me, you have to start with reliability, right? That's the most important thing. I mean, who cares about anything else if your truck never runs? So what are the reliability ratings of all of the other trucks? You know, the top 5, the 5 above the Toyota Tundra. Well, Ram, as I mentioned, is a 4, but it's number 1. Ford is a whopping number 3, tied for the lowest. The Silverado, it's to be announced. I guess they haven't rated it or have enough data on it for reliability for 2020 yet. But I will say it was rated as a 4 in 2019. Again, below the Toyota Tundra. The Sierra is a 3.5. And the Titan, which is tied with Ford for that lowest spot, is a number 3. Now, I don't know how the Toyota Tundra can't be number 1. Why it isn't number 1? I would think reliability should be the most important factor when looking at the best trucks for 2020, right? I mean, does anything else really matter? It can be the shiniest truck out there. It can have the most updated technology. But if it doesn't work, then who cares, right? I guess, you know, if you had a cardboard cutout sitting there next to the Tacoma, as long as it was painted nice, was really shiny, and had a lot of cool looking stuff inside, because remember, it's not as reliable, it would be better. It would be your choice. I don't know. I don't understand that. You know, and maybe if not number 1 for a couple other reasons, certainly higher than number 6, and certainly higher than the Titan with its number 3 and the F-150. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. So what do you guys think? I know the Tundra is a bit long in the tooth, and I know it gets really crappy gas mileage. You know, that thing that everybody says, well, you're driving a truck, you shouldn't care about gas mileage. But is that enough? Does that really mean it's got to be number 6? I don't know. All of these, and it's admitted in the report, all of these other trucks are less reliable, but still rated higher than the Tundra. I don't understand it. Is reliability not important today? And if it isn't, what is? Just that the truck's shiny and has some tech bits and pieces in it? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Is reliability important to you? Does it even matter? If you're looking at 2 trucks that are the same as far as technology goes, does reliability then become a factor? What does it take? What has to happen before whether or not your truck is going to do what it's supposed to do, like start, make a difference? I'd be curious to know. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day.